in English then. We have here Entity Explosion. That is a Chrome plugin. So it's available here. And when I click on it, he does a check if he can look up the URL which we are using. So if I, for example, move over here and I go to the API of Anna Salin in Litteraturbanken, he knows that, oh, now it's fast because I used it before. He can do a lookup and find the Wikidata number of it. He can also find some facts we have added. So here I can say I say English, but I can also say I would like to have Swedish. And we get it in Swedish, and I understand that the woman on KB is Russian, so then we can say select Russian, and now he's getting the labels from there. So that means that we now have links to KB, to VF, to litteratur. This is Litteraturbanken on Russian, and this is the API of Litteraturbanken. So I am standing on this one, which means I can also jump to the normal page. And now we have a problem here on I learned today. It's in Microsoft Edge, but here we have, so I can use it also from this place. So and here we can see also that it's updating now to 944. So if I use Entity Explosion on this one, we can jump now to VF. And the interesting thing here is that this is the VF data. See if we can do a lookup from here. It's not going so good. We do a new try. And interesting here is that OCLC and Scholia is Scholia is a Wikidata tool, but this is OCLC, so they use VIAF as an internal. So then I can jump to it, but they have problem. Oh. Interesting here is then that we have this small author, but if I do a bigger one for August Strindberg, for example, and then I do a look up, and now we can jump to much more places, I see, because it's more. So here we can go to the Russian National Library. We can go to Swedish biography, and we can also think maybe it's first Wikimedia Commons, where we have pictures of Strindberg. Here is the article. Now we will come to the Swedish article, and here we have Wikisource, where we have scanned books. So most of those pictures are free, and we can see here. I also written my own integration here with a place where they have scanned 800,000 pictures, even more, I think. Let's go see if we can. So what I do now is that I say set the license on it. It's all the Swedish photography, and then I say download it. And now it's uploading this picture with adding the license. And we can see it's already in there. So he does a check. So that was already uploaded. We can see, poof, if we have everything. Maybe that was the one. So see if we can get another one. So every picture, I'll do it again. Every picture is has a unique ID like that, and I will try to also add it to Wikidata. So that means that they have information about pictures, um, but they can also look up in Wikidata to see if we have information about that picture. And the cool thing is that if someone then is linking, so now it's uploaded, and you can see also that we get his wife, Harriet Bosse. And what we also do is now it's in a folder. That's the old way to do it. But what we also do is that we add save as August Strindberg, and so this is what it depicts. So now we say that this picture depicts the same in Wikidata. So if we go to August Strindberg and we jump to the Wikidata person, I will add that he is also with this ID in Swedish Portrait Archive. So this is the picture. And you can see they say same as, same as, same as. And if we are lucky now, we can see that this entity explosion will find this ID here and can then jump to other places. So if this is Swedish Portrait Archive, then I know that this is the picture and this is the API. So they have an API and they have this format, which I don't like. It's better to have just .json. And here we can see what they have added. And the cool thing they are doing is that they start adding things. Let's see if this is done as it's normally done. This is from 2015, so I think it's maybe one of the early pictures. But here you can see that Magnus Elio has modified it on the 2018. So I added a link to Swedish Portrait, sort of Riksarkivet. She added same as person, and I added and so on. So now we are on the API to this picture, then this picture should also be in Wikidata. So that means that we maybe can jump to requests. So we can jump back to Literature Bank, and it's as I am running Swedish, so then it's named Litteraturbanken. Here. And we can jump to the API. Here we can see it's text. We can see we have some picture info. We have some external refs. And here we would like to have with the books, we would also like to have the YF and the ID of KB and so on. So this could be much better. But I think this is maybe Earl's internal. And here we have text, and this text could also be a little bit more structured. So here we have the problem also with the sources. This source should have YF and KB, so we understand what it is. That's called linked data. And here we have a problem that Storkyrkoförsamlingen is not just a text string, it's a entity. So if we go back to, if I'll see if I can do a Wikidata search from this one, I can. We can see that we display here, I think, Födelseplats Storkyrkoförsamling. But if we go to Wikidata, we will see that Storkyrkoförsamling is just a label. Like this, but it is a Wikidata Q435. So we have much more information here about them. We have a picture, we have the name before 1907 to 1908. So that's the reason that Litteraturbanken should point on the Q number, not just the text string. And here we have a location and the problem how to do one dot for an area, and we have selected normally to have the church. So this is, I guess, the Storkyrkan. Could have been. Maybe it's further north. Here we have how many people lived there in 1988. We can see that it was substituted by Domkyrkoförsamlingen that has another Q number. I have a special version of Wikidata where I add this Q number. Everyone can do it, but for me it's easy to understand. So we can see that in 1600 some part was moved over to Riddarholmsförsamlingen, and so on, so on. And when this parish was created, it substituted Riddarholmsförsamlingen. And it ended in 1989. So we can see it, upphördatum ended is, and the unique number of this property is P576. How big it is, we can see it has changed in size. It hasn't, but we have also here with the land and with the water. We can see this code, which I think is maybe unique. I think they reuse it, which is a bad pattern. Here you can see that those two was the same. Then the Riksarkiv, the National Archive, started to would like to have some kind of versioning. So they started adding some numbers here. So then it was same as, and it's not anymore. And they start reusing. So now it's just a chaos. I tried to speak with them 3-4 years ago, but nothing happened. Here we have a new interesting project where they have the historical museums are trying to add people or parishes and so on. And here we can see it's bad design that a parish has a person slash and so on and so on. Here I try to do a project where to find forums where we could discuss this parish, but the people who are in charge of this forum was not so interested. I thought about that we could have some links from this place to other places, but maybe it will be used in the future. I don't know. And here we have the church books. Here is a project I care about or cared about. They have doing family trees. So we have a lot of things in common. Even if we see on this category thing, it's more for parishes and so on. But we also have another property for persons. And I was creating this in 2016. And today, I think we have connected 451,000 people who has same as between this genealogy site and us. So this is the way we can do it. So maybe we can, if we go back to August Strindberg here. Maybe we can jump to his profile at Wikitree. No, you can't search in this. Here we have. So this is the genealogy site where some people are doing excellent work, and this connection is also magic. The cool thing here is that we have him, and what they are doing is that, see if I can log in. Here we have. So what they are doing is that they are checking all the family's trees between Wikidata and so on every day. So then you have suggestions. So, for example, no, that's wrong. If we do here, Strindberg suggestions, then they have found that Eleonora Ulrika Norlin, I guess it's the mother, female mother or something like that, doesn't have birth location in Wiki tree. Here we have clue for father, and the father for her Friedrich Earl, and that is a Q number. Wikidata doesn't have death location for the mother, which should be Salzburg. So they also check what arrows we have, and so on and so on. Here we have some link errors. So I think they have some million of families, and they check this every week, which is cool. So now we are 8 generation back, and then we can see that birth location is missing, and here they also can suggest if it's correct or not correct from the external side. So they are doing extremely cool work, and this is the way we should have between Litteraturbanken and KB and so on, but we are not there yet. We need to start think that we could add value to each other, and that's the idea with linked data. But linked data needs linked people, I normally say. That's all for today.